unusually early video today because I'm being miserable this weekend for no justifiable reason, and also taking all the books off this shelf and have to put them back there. My Doctor Who shelves, of course, pristine. I love this story. I really, really like this story. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. For the first time in a long time, I have to say that I think this story could have done with a bit more room to breathe, quite honestly. It really...
I don't.
It wouldn't have gone far wrong with another episode, I think. What's your problem with this story, Libs?
I haven't got a problem with this story, but I think a two-parter served it well.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, after all the less good things that we've sat through,
yeah.
I think having something short and sharp and snappy to get you back on board is nice.
That's very...
palate cleanser.
That's a very good point. And I like this story. I like the location setting.
What I don't like about it.
What don't you like about it?
The representation of somebody who's disfigured or disabled in some ways being equivalent to bad or
yeah, that's the
very
sort of
common trope that comes up. It's horrible.
Yeah. It's
I'm so woke.
No, I think it's fair. But what can we say about this? I love the location filming. I think the general idea of the story is great. I love the fact that we don't really know what the malice... why didn't this group invade? It was pterodactyls, I think. Why didn't they invade? Well, they did invade a bit, didn't they? But anyway...
We didn't find out enough about the alien side of it.
Yeah, but I like that. I don't think you need to every time.
I do.
I like the whole War Games things. I think it's a bit sad that the Sir George died at the end. And it was a little bit... I'm sad that Will did that. Because I quite liked him. There were an awful lot of characters, and I generally liked all of them. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. Now, something I think is worth touching upon at this stage. I read a bit last night, and I was reading my favourite Doctor Who academic, Elizabeth Sandifer, and she made reference to... I read the essay that she writes at the end of Davison's era, which is a bit...
Spoilers.
Well, I know what's coming. It's just I was interested in her take. And she has a much more... forgiving, is that the wrong word? Positive, probably. The thing that chimed me about it is this sense of... When we watch the Davison era sometimes, what we're looking at is an idealised version. This sense of what the Davison era should have been. And she posits that... is it posit a word? That's what baby's sick up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ew. That the two best actors in the classic era to play the Doctor were Troughton and Davison. Now, I'd never thought about it in those terms, but it's arguable that she's right. And yet, I'm struggling with Davison some of the time. And it's intriguing. And I don't think it's Davison's fault. Let's always say that, because I think he's, a top guy. But I did enjoy Davison in this. I enjoyed the moments of humour. I enjoyed... it just felt a lot more rounded for a Doctor Who story, in stark contrast to your Warriors of the Deeps and your Earth Shocks. And, to be fair, your Black Orchids, which for a two-parter felt really, quite flabby. But joyous as well. So, you take from one end and you slap with the other. But yeah, I've really enjoyed that. So we're approaching the end game with Davison now, and I think we've got a bright few episodes to come. I think Tegan's fabulous. I really, really have grown to love Tegan. But the person I've had the biggest turnaround on is Turlo. I think Turlo's absolutely brilliant. I love Turlo. I love the fact he's quite a different companion. And even after the whole Black Guardian thing's been resolved, we still don't know where he's from. We still don't know how he came to be where we met him. That's brilliant. It's not laboured. It's just a thing. That's great. I love that. And I love the fact he has a different approach to solving problems than your most companions. It's like, should we just hit this door quite hard with our shoulders in a very Jamie McCrimmon way? So that's fantastic. Anyway, enjoyed that. Let's cheer me up a bit. Now I've got to go and put the washing out and put books on shelves.